What's going on, guys? It is Co-Central here, and today I'll be reviewing Twisted Timbers at King's Dominion, the new RMC. So, what they did is there used to be Hurler there, and they stripped it of its track, redid it, and kept the wind supports there, and made it into, they put new steel track, and made it into a new RMC, and this coaster is incredible. I was not expecting this coaster to be as good as it was. It is a really good ride. It has some very good airtime. I could even almost see as good airtime as El Toro. This coaster is insane with its airtime. And it's just insane. I was not expecting it to be this good. And it definitely and it should get more credit. This definitely has not been talked about this much. I mean, it's of course brand new, but a lot of people are more talking about like Steel Vengeance, and I understand, but this coaster should be talked about way more. 2018 was a big year for coasters. It's one of the best years ever for coasters. And this ride is really good. So what are we doing today is be talking about this coaster, giving you all of my in-depth thoughts about this coaster, and how well I liked it. So we'll start off with the stats. It is located at King's Dominion. The manufacturer, of course, is made by RMC. It is 111 feet tall. It is 54 miles per hour, and it is 3,351 feet long. There's some very solid stats there. Definitely almost the same compared to Hurler. But also, the length of this coaster is very similar. I mean, most RMCs are way shorter than their old wooden coasters that they replaced. But this coaster it's like almost the same, which makes it a really long ride. And this coaster really does feel long. We're gonna have a lot of elements packed into this. So, one thing that I definitely a con, even like with all coasters that they just opened, it breaks down. The day I went, it was the third full day of operation, and it was like broken down 3/4 of the day. And that's why I only got to ride one ride on it. Thankfully, that one ride was in the front seat, but that's why I will not get to be reviewing more parts of this coaster, like the back and then like some other seats. So just because it was the first time it had opened in a week, just because they weren't opened on weekdays, or most of the weekdays, which makes it breaking down a lot. It actually broke down because of people pushing on the gates, and they need to reprogram it, which was they needed to reprogram the brake run because it just kept breaking down on the brake run. So yeah, they definitely need to fix that. So what are we doing right now is we'll be talking about from when you leave the station and when you go up and hit the brakes. So you're gonna leave the station, you're gonna go to your right, go down a little bit, and it just looks way different than Hurler did. You're gonna go down, and then you're gonna go up this very loud lift hill. I was definitely not expecting this lift hill to be that loud. It is like very loud. It's like very, I mean, you could hear it from like a long ways out from the park. So yeah, you're gonna go up that lift hill, 111 feet, and then you're gonna go down. It's second of its kind in America. The other one being Storm Chaser. You're gonna go down this barrel roll drop. In my opinion, my favorite inversion out of the three on this coaster, and it's just a really good drop. I would think that a normal drop would be a little better than this one, but such sensitive an inversion, and still makes it pretty good. It's definitely the best inversion on the ride. You're gonna go down it, and then you're gonna go up. This coaster had a ton of airtime moments, which I'll be talking about through each element. But first, you're gonna go through the fastest airtime moment on this ride. You absolutely flying out of your seat on that part. Really good airtime moment. And then you're gonna go through this bank, like you see when you leave the station. You see this overbank turn, and that is a really fun overbank turn. It goes really fast. And then you're gonna go through a little pop of airtime, and then you're gonna go through these three massive airtime hills in a row. Now these airtime hills I would even say are as good as the El Toro airtime hills. They feel like very same, and El Toro has two of them in a row. This one has 3 of them in a row, and they are really good. You're absolutely flying out of your seat. Insane airtime, and definitely some of the best parts of the ride. And then you're going to go down and you're going to go through this another little pop of airtime. And then when you go through this inversion, it barely inverts. It goes into the inversion and then inverts back out. But that is the farthest out you can go on this ride. I would say it's the worst out of the 3 inversions, just because you don't feel like you're going upside down. You just feel like it's a bank turn. But it is an inversion. Definitely better than a normal bank turn. And then you're going to go through this Airtime Hill. Very solid. And then you're going to go through this trick track double up. You saw this one on Storm Chaser, which was what they called it. But yeah, so you're going to go through that, and it is really good. You're definitely going out of your seat, like on every single airtime on this hill, airtime on this coaster. And then you're going to go down, go through another little pop, and then you're going to go through this twisted. So you're going to go in, and then you're going to bank outer ways. And then you're going to go back, go through this another pop of airtime. You get so much airtime on this coaster. And then you're going to go through, like a good inversion. You're going to go through a 0G roll. Definitely a great place for it. And then, like, right after you go to the 0G roll, you're going to whip back into 2 bank turns in a row. Good solid bank turns. And then you're going to go through a very little airtime pop, another airtime hill, small one, and then you're gonna hit the brakes. So as you guys saw in the animation, you had something where it actually looks really weird. It actually goes to your right a little bit. That was not something that messed up on the animation. That is actually true. That actually is something that you can see on the ride. It actually does. It is a part of the ride, which is really weird. I don't get why they couldn't do it. The train movement is really weird on that part. But anyways, of course this coaster is going to be like glossy smooth. One of the smoothest coasters I've ridden. And this coaster has some insane airtime. One of the most best airtime I've ever had on any coaster, maybe the best. So my overall score, you guys guessed it, I'm giving this coaster a perfect score, a 10 out of 10. As you guys know, I do not give that many 10 out of 10s to coasters, but this coaster definitely does deserve it. It definitely is a great addition for King's Dominion, and I may even say it's better than I-305. So hope you guys enjoyed this review. Definitely go out and ride this coaster. It is insane, and does not seem slow at all. For some people who think it's slow, even though when most people goes like past water preview day, and it was cold there, but it definitely warmed up more, and it's definitely running faster than it was then. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review, and stay tuned for more videos coming here to Coaster Central Productions, and I'll see you guys later.